Welcome to the SNA Live podcast, hosted by Three the Hard Way. This is for the culture. Black and Latinx. Where you at?
What's good, cigar fam? It's your boy Seaway, and welcome to SNA Live, the show not just about cigars and cigar lounges, but life in general. Because if you're smoking in a nice-ass cigar lounge with your peoples and only talking about cigars, then you missed the whole motherfucking point. We're recording live as always from Smoking Ashes, Cigars and Haberdashery, the hottest cigar lounge in these United States. With me as always are my partners in crime, the GM and Leak. Say what's up to the people.
Yo, what up, what up?
What's going on, fam? Blessed to be here.
We can now be seen on One Institution Media's platform as we are now part of the OIM family. Today's episode is episode number 10. Damn, and the season's flying by.
Yes, sir.
Entitled Black on Both Sides. We're going to be talking about welfare. Does it help our people? Does it hurt our people? We're going to be talking about inventions that you didn't know were invented by black people.
Wouldn't say.
As usual, we're going to have our couple segments. We're bringing back the Billionaire Block Gem of the Week. And as usual, we're going to end it off with what you rocking with. And with that being said, as usual, cut your stick, light them up, and let's get it popping.
Welcome to SNA Live, a podcast like no other. Featuring Three the Hard Way. You want it, you got it.
Yes. We are back. Episode yes. That's 10 for you confused motherfuckers right now. Give me 5 on the black hand side. Give me 5 on the black hand side. This episode's gonna go deep on 2 sides, but now it's the perfect time to get your stick, get your seat, get your drink, and let's rock.
And I'm sorry, if you've been living in this country this long and don't know what episode 10 is, then get your Rosetta Stone on. I'm sorry.
Something.
Like 1 through 10, you should be able to do in Spanish.
You should.
You should. At this point, at this stage.
Especially if you live in big cities.
Yeah.
I can't even say that because there's Spanish people everywhere. Yeah. Because even in rural towns, you got Mexicans
Everybody
everywhere.
took Spanish like in 5th and 6th grade.
No, I'm not even talking about like in class. I'm talking about just being in this country, the amount of Spanish-speaking people that you have.
It's true.
Like not being able, and I don't care what, like maybe, if you grew up like in Utah or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or Idaho.
Yeah, but possibly.
Maybe.
Because they eat a lot of like Tex-Mex shit out there too. So you know there's a Mexican dude somewhere. They know what a burrito is.
They definitely do. All right, we gotta get into what we're drinking, what we're smoking. Episode 10, back on both sides. We're gonna get into our topics very shortly, but as usual, we're gonna start it off with what we're smoking, what we're drinking. And Leek, I'm gonna let you set it off, brother. What are you smoking tonight?
So I went with the Lost and Found series.
Oh, okay.
By Caldwell Cigars. This is the Scooby Snack, one of my favorite ones out of.
Which one?
The Habano.
Okay.
This is the Habano wrapper.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about going that route today, but
Scooby.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite cartoons too. But yeah, this is definitely one of my go-tos. Definitely should go really well with this rum, this Flor de Cana. So I'm looking forward to
get
this.
into that, yeah. So it's hitting already though?
Yeah, it's hitting. It's definitely hitting.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
We got
right now I am smoking a Cavalier White Series Elegante.
Nice, Cavalier.
I have never smoked the White Series.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I have not.
Okay.
And this one was just sitting up top. I realized that on Saturday we had this box, so I brought it down. It's a Honduran origin. The origin is from Honduras, but it's wrapped in Habano wrapper, and the binder and filler are Connecticut and Dominican Republic.
All right.
So you have a little bit of complexity in here.
yeah. Okay.
So it's real cool. You know, it's light. The leaf is real light. The wrapper is extremely light, actually. I can feel it after I cut. Tasty as fuck, you know. We'll see how it goes, man. Conway, what are you smoking, man?
So I realized I've been really partial to the boutique brands, small batch. I was like, you know what? Let me give a little love to the larger.
You did that recently
companies.
too.
Yeah, and I'm trying to continue on that wave.
Okay, that's smart though.
I realized I completely ignore the right side of our humor.
I ignore the right side of our humor.
So
there's no slander except for the top. I love
Yeah, Aventuras.
Yeah.
Me too. With the exception of that. So I have the Romeo and Julieta Reserva Real. It's Nicaraguan all the way through. Wrapper,
It
binder.
sells here.
It does.
It does. Wow.
Because people that don't know about cigars, they know that name.
I got mad at him though the first time I saw the reorder. I'm like, yo, why the fuck did you order this?
And
again?
this shit was
He's
going.
like, dude, I ordered the other box last week. Like, it's went.
It's gone. Yeah.
Like, I need to buy more than one. Like,
This is going. Yeah.
Now, it's a Toro. You know, I usually love the Robustos or whatever. So I'm going like way left with my selection.
that's what a 54 Toro looks like.
Yeah, I'm trying to just expand just a little bit. Just a little.
I like 52s Toros.
52 is
That's our
perfect.
house blend.
52 is perfect.
Yeah. So
The Connecticut one.
So it's supposed to have notes of, I think it was leather, cedar, and toast, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm like, okay, you know, we'll see.
That's cool though. Like you said, you had gone back to a name that's more familiar to most people.
Exactly. Because I know sometimes we be pulling names out the hat, and people be like, what the fuck?
What the hell is that?
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's like,
true.
we're trying to broaden your horizons.
It's a little bit. I mean, that's the base of what we try to do here.
Exactly.
Just opening the doors, you know, your mind and everything, and your palate.
And that's why they love us.
Yeah, you walk into that humidor, you're like, ooh.
So, Leek, you selected the liquor today, so I'm gonna let you speak on that.
Yeah, I went with Old Faithful, the Flora de Cana 12-year. One of my favorites.
Yeah, that is a go-to.
It's a go-to. You can't go wrong with this. Can't go wrong with that.
So that's a rum, right?
It's a rum. It's a rum, a Nicaraguan rum at that. So I'm actually smoking a Nicaraguan Puro here. So definitely had to go with the Nicaraguan Flora de Cana. Definitely.
And this Romeo and Julieta is a Nicaraguan Puro too.
Yes,
So
Yeah, I got some definitely no Nicaraguan in this.
Yours is a little complex over there.
It is hitting though, because the spice on it is able to mesh well with the spice on the cigar.
Yeah, this has, at least in my opinion, has like a honey, roasted, kind of like a spicy type of flavor. The Flor de Cana.
It's definitely got a spice.
Yeah.
nice. All right, so we got to get into our first topic: welfare in this country. Is it helping our people? Is it hurting our people? So, I just wanted to start off with just a few basic premises. Number one, the misconception that the term quote unquote welfare doesn't actually exist. When people say welfare, they use it as a generic term, but nobody actually receives, like, you don't get a welfare check federally. I'm talking about.
Yeah, no.
So
it's a longer name for it.
yeah,
It's
there's
like a
different
assistance.
programs. So there's temporary assistance for
Yeah.
needy families. There's SNAP, which is
SNAP is another
supplemental nutritional assistance programs.
That's for the kids and lunch.
Exactly,
and stuff.
exactly. But
And you have WIC too. That's
Yes,
part of the
exactly,
program.
exactly.
Which is for
I think that's state though. I don't know if that's federal.
probably got some funding from the federal level.
Yeah, I'm sure it's subsidized federally.
I think you get WIC in every state.
Yeah, I think so, but I think it's
How-
per state, and I think
They get budgets for that off of the taxes.
Yeah, probably. So,
But that must be a law though, federal. Because it's in every state.
Sure, probably.
you know what? Not 100% sure about that.
And he is a lawyer and he will not agree to it unless he knows. I love it. But continue, I'm sorry.
I could double check. That's cool. It's cool. So yeah, I just wanted to just kind of give that background with respect to that, and then the other myth is that, and you know, the Reagans of the world, especially the Donald Trumps of the world, they spread the propaganda that it's just all black people on welfare. And it's just crazy because, like, when you actually delve into the numbers, we're not the ones that are majority in. First of all, we only make up, I want to say, 19% of the population of this country.
Yes.
Number one, first and foremost. And then the people who are on these programs, once again, there's not anything called specifically welfare, but the people who are on SNAP or the temporary assistance for needy families, it's 40% white and only 25% black.
Okay.
So it's, once again, the numbers don't justify the narrative.
Yeah, I had read something, if I'm not mistaken. I actually wrote it down. The think tank, 2017, they did a study. And they said as of 2014, 6.2 million working age whites they were put above the poverty line with the Temporary Services Act that you mentioned, compared to 2.8 million blacks and Hispanics combined. So it shows as of 2014, white people were 6.2 million of them were helped above the poverty line. And you had mentioned that with 45.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that happened at a black caucus or something like that, right?
Yep.
And I think one of the reps or something that was of the members of the Black Caucus had mentioned to him, the people in their district need help.
Yeah.
And just so you know, they're not all black. Like she said that.
Yeah, and his response.
I believe it was a woman.
You know what his response was?
Really? What are they then?
What are they?
Really?
Yeah, no, he did that for.
Yeah.
He was dead ass.
Yeah, no, he was.
He was dead ass. He asked really, and then like basically was like, well, then what are they?
He was shocked.
Like what? Then which nationality is it? Who is it? What race is it?
But keep in mind, man, like this is the same dude that had, and not to delve back into him because we're past that as a country, but
the golf swing. You seen that golf swing of his on TMZ? Oh my lord!
See, Rock can talk shit now because we've been going to the driving range.
Can.
We've been going to the driving range.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Sorry.
Getting our golf swings on.
Sorry, my bad.
July 12th, we coming for y'all.
Yes, we are.
We got a golf tournament that we're doing on July 12th. By the way, we got to get our member Lamont on the team because
somebody
Charlie backed out.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Lamont holler at us.
Oh, I need that. Lamont's like my what's my man from Happy Gilmore?
Oh, yeah.
No, from Happy, what's his name?
Kevin Nealon. I don't remember his name in the show. It was like your happy place.
Yes.
Like
what's his name?
Rotation. It's all circles. It's like it goes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
They'll probably come back to me in the middle of another conversation when we're talking later.
Wait, you talking about Chubbs?
Chubbs! That's it. Chubbs. Yes.
Lamont is Chubbs.
All in the hips. Love it, man. Big up to our man Lamont, man. But back on topic.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but without diving back into what 45, it's just sad that the misconception about.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say was he was the dude that had the apartment complex in Queens that wasn't letting black people in. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have a certain perception of people, regardless of the fact that you never actually personally interact with them, it's just based on what you see, the propaganda, the same propaganda that he was surprised that a majority of the people that on welfare aren't black. It's because he was subscribing to the same bullshit.
Yeah, just look in the media. Every time you see on TV, when they show black people, when they show poor people, it's always the blacks and Spanish people walking on the line. They show them. They never show the white people. So of course that's the perception for everybody. It's crazy.
No, it is, and you're right. It's the narrative that's depicted. I don't know when it went mainstream, and I'm trying to put my finger on it right now as we're recording.
Yeah.
Like when did you really realize
Reaganomics?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It had to be during the fucking 80s and 90s, man. Like, 'cause you really just thought, cause shit.
Because it was the propaganda machine of, I think it was called the welfare queen, where they were saying how it was the black woman that would just keep having babies because every time she had a baby,
that was it.
She would get paid.
She'd get paid. That's what it was.
Yep. Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. Holy shit. Damn.
It was genius though.
I mean,
because
absolutely genius.
Because not to go way back into like economic theories or whatever, but they had this thing called trickle down theory.
Yes.
And they were trying to convince people like if we give all the money to the rich people, then they can hire more people because they're the business owners. But all they were doing,
they still try to use that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but
that's how they explain the tax breaks.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So then they justify it by saying, well, we don't want to give them to poor people because this is what they do when they get money. So we don't want to. We take the money away from the lunch programs, the welfare programs, stuff like that, and we usually we see how the impact of that was.
And that's something that I wanted to touch on really quick. So the method, or not even method, the notion that does welfare help or hurt black folk?
Yeah.
For me, it's divided right down the line because there's some people that need help, like all people at some point in time in your life. Not everybody's life is perfect. Not everybody grew up with a two-parent home, you know, with some money in the bank, health.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Healthcare
on top of that. You know, so people, you know, need help sometimes, and that assistance is there for that during that moment. What I will say is the genius to how they've devised this system. I've known people that are on the system. I knew this one woman, quick story. She had a child with special needs, lived in the projects in Brooklyn. She had a horrible job, ended up getting a better job, making better money. She actually reached out to the department services and letting them know, say, hey, listen, I would like to start paying some of my rent. You know what I mean? And I would like to pay my own utility. What I still need help with is my kid because my kid has special needs. You know what they told her?
What?
No. said if you take that new job, you're going to lose the benefits.
Cutting everything off.
Everything.
Yeah. Wow.
So here is someone, and also she was black. She got a better job offer to make more money, could offer to pay her own rent.
Trying to pull herself up.
And they don't allow her to pull up because she has a situation. Now, granted, she had a child with special needs. It's a special case, but how many people do ride that borderline for other reasons? You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, though, man. We're one of the richest nations on the planet. If you have a child with special needs, there should not be an issue with getting assistance for that.
We should have a better healthcare system than what Canada does.
Yeah.
And Canada shit is kick-ass how they do it. I know there's flaws in every system.
There's definitely flaws.
But everyone has coverage, like literally.
That's why you have old people taking the bus up to Canada to get their prescription medication.
I had a coworker that did that.
That's insane, bro.
Once a month, she got on the bus and went right to Canada.
Look at that.
She was from Canada.
I was about to say, you snitching?
At least you didn't say her name.
I didn't say her name. She was of the other hue, though.
The other Hugh. It's like Tony Baker. Hugh. But here again, though, that was a chance where someone was trying to get themselves out of a position, and the state turned around and told them no.
It's crazy.
You know, so it doesn't allow you to help yourself.
Yeah.
So she couldn't accept the job, had to stay working the lesser paying job because she couldn't afford to go that span of months without having health care.
It's crazy.
That's sad.
Very.
That's very sad.
So how do you feel, and I don't agree with this, I know probably one of you guys have something, how do you feel it helps us as a people?
Well, like I had mentioned earlier, there's sometimes people need help. Some people just need help sometimes.
And let's not get it twisted. When these big banks and these automotive industry corporations ask for bailouts, guess what that is? That's welfare.
Yeah.
It is, bro.
They
name it different.
So now it's all of a
Put
sudden
a different tab on
Exactly. But I need help
it. It's a fucking handout
from the government. I need money to help me in this financial situation. And that's all it is.
It's different. It's different when it's the wealthy. When it's the poor, so it's a whole different topic.
Of course, because it's how they spin it.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
It's how they spin it, man.
All right, but we have to get into our segment. We're doing the Billionaire Block Gem of the Week.
Let's get down to it. This is the SNA Live podcast, hosted by Three the Hard Way. And this is Billionaire Blocks. Give us your take on books, business tips, financial, music, whatever you like. Billionaire Blocks, inside the SNA Live podcast.
All right, so we're back with our Billionaire Block Gem of the Week. So this particular week, I wanted to shout out a quote from the late, great Nipsey Hussle. So I saw this on a Instagram post. Now, I can't say definitively if he made up this quote. I don't know if
I don't know if he got it from somewhere either.
But the first time I saw it, it was Nipsey. It was on Nipsey's
quote from him.
IG page. Yeah. So the quote was, "Instead of trying to build a brick wall, lay a brick every day. Eventually you'll look up and you'll have a brick wall." And it's something that's so simple.
I use it.
Take a day.
I use it. Yeah, I use it when I talk to other people.
There's genius in its simplicity.
It's so because listen, the day is gonna pass. Tomorrow's gonna come. As long as if you're lucky, tomorrow will keep coming for you if you're lucky.
Keep building every day.
But what happens is people want instant gratification, instant change,
Especially this new generation.
Yes, it has to happen now.
Yep.
You know, it could start with something as simple as a diet, something about wanting to read more, do more, whatever it is.
Weight loss.
That's something, you can do it if you just give a little bit of effort every day, but do it every day.
Stay consistent.
Bring the lunch pail to work every day. Stay focused with it. You can maintain and you can grow from that. Like you said, before you realize it, 2 weeks in, you see a little change. Before you know it, now your mind is focused even more. 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, when you're 6, 7, 8 weeks in, you're a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And you see the change and you see the benefits.
Yeah. Even people who trying to start their own business.
Correct.
If you have a 9 to 5 every day, when you come home, we've given advice to people like this. You come home, have your vision board. You know what I mean? Build on your vision board. Read a book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go on to YouTube. Listen to a motivational speaker. That's building every day. It's the same thing if you're trying to start your own business.
I was just watching the episodes. You had a couple episodes ago, you were talking about the Upshaws.
Yes.
And it was I was watching like this episode 9 or 10.
I still haven't seen it yet.
It's a good show.
It's actually pretty good.
I just gotta get the time. You know how we are, guys.
Yeah.
We're just
So Kim Fields, she's the wife in the situation. She's trying to go get her MBA.
That's the episode I watched today. Okay.
And it's a lot because she has 3 children, and then her husband is kind of like the 4th child. Mike Epps, shout out Mike Epps. So
#1 show on Netflix, though, right?
Yep.
it dropped to number 6. It's still top 10.
Okay.
It was #1 for like 2 weeks though.
I'll take that.
But it's still top 10 though.
Good for him.
Yeah, definitely good for them. So, just it's not gonna happen overnight. She's gonna get that MBA, but it's gonna be once again, just study a couple pages because she has to take the
GMAT.
The GMAT exactly to get into business school. So it's like you're not gonna get it all at once.
Yeah.
So and I'm not gonna ruin it for people who haven't seen the.
Yeah.
I was about to, and I said, let me shut up.
Yeah.
I will say this though, touching on that, I had seen today on my Facebook feed, some kids from our alma mater, our old high school.
Shout out St. Ray's.
Yeah,
The ex-borough.
They graduated today, and I saw one of the hashtags on their graduation was, "The tassel was worth the hassle."
I like that.
You know what I mean? And just
I like
thinking
that a
about
lot.
it though, just like, you think of the 4 years that goes into
Yeah, man.
and how quick when you're in it, it feels like it's taking forever.
Yeah.
But when you're out of it, it felt like it went through too fast.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine that's what it feels like in life. If you're lucky enough to get old and look
Yeah.
back on it, you could sit back and say, damn, that went too quick.
Exactly.
Just here, our first year.
It's a blur. But there's so many
Definitely a
memories
blur.
in that blur
Yeah.
though.
So many.
Like seriously, like you got to really think about it. Sometimes you got to step back and absorb it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we got to get into our next topic: inventions that you didn't know were invented by Black people. So, I just want to before we even get into like just naming like the different inventions or whatever, I just have to dispel a myth because the stereotype now.
Lazy one.
Say it again.
Are you going into a lazy myth?
That's one of them.
Okay.
The other one is just our competency. So
Yes, that is very true.
the stereotype now is we're athletic, we can dance our ass off, we can sing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like math and science,
Chill.
Asian Americans,
Yes.
that's their lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nerdy white dudes, like the Bill Gateses
Leave
of
it
the
to
world.
them.
That's
Yeah.
the Mark Zuckerberg, that's their lane. And it's just crazy to me because math and science started on the continent as to where we're from.
Correct.
So I did a little background research, just real quick. The oldest mathematic artifact was the Lebombo bone. So it was the fibula of a baboon that the people carved.
Okay.
They etched like 29 notches in it, and that was their calendar. So this is peep this,
Damn.
44,000 years old.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah. 44,000
My bad.
BC. No, seriously,
Wow.
BC. Like it's
Yeah, that's a very long time.
yeah, very very long time ago. So, and then you go to Egypt. You know, what I'm saying in terms of
You have to be dumb to think that we're the only ones that were just smart at one period of time.
so exactly. So it's in us. So people, please, like, don't doubt yourself. We have one of the most inspirational movies I've seen recently. This has been like in the last 6-7 years.
I'm about to say Hidden Figures.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I was about to say that.
Yes.
Just think of that and you know what's crazy? What time period did that happen in?
Like the 50s, 60s, no 60s,
That was early 60s.
60s, early 60s.
What if more people knew about that back then?
It would have inspired a lot more people.
Think about
Yeah.
how many decades of people tuned their mind off thinking
Yeah.
that they weren't worth nothing
Keep it quiet.
because of the racism that
Keep
was
it
going
quiet
on.
purpose, man.
You know what I mean? And think about even some parents that are
Yeah.
scared that their kid is too smart.
Yeah.
Back then, growing up in bad areas.
Yep.
Who's that comedian? I think it was Dave Chappelle when he was talking about the, slavery, and he was basically saying how they had to hide.
That was
they
Chris
did-
Rock.
Chris Rock. He was like, "Motherfucker, how did you know how to spell that?"
Oh yeah, that's
Chris
right.
Rock, yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, yo, fuck, that's
It's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, no, real fucked up. So we got to get into it, man. Like, so inventions.
I mean, if we all have one, say one, and I can go off.
Find my most rare one. Let me see.
I don't know if
I
there's.
got one.
Go ahead.
Two sisters, Mary and Mildred Davidson.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys have that?
No.
Okay. They invented, and I think this is hilarious to me because, again, this is knowing I'm being a married man and living with a woman, and you don't put the tissue correctly, they invented the tissue holder.
Oh shit!
They were tired.
They were tired.
No pun intended again. No pun intended.
They were tired of them, man, putting the tissue the wrong way. Motherfucker, if you don't put this tissue the right, they invented the tissue holder. And then one of the sisters, she came down with MS and then invented the walker, the actual walker.
Holy shit!
Yeah. That's cool. I never knew that. See, learn something new every day.
Wow. 2 household items that are used because a walker is common.
It's not just cigars and drinks and jokes.
No, there's no banjos and fucking saxophones.
We got we got pearls for you. We got jewels.
Yes, man. Yes. So
what you got, bro?
I'll give you one. Yeah, you guys got a guy named Garrett Morgan.
I do.
You do. Okay, so 19.
No, but here's the thing though.
Which one?
Yeah,
because he did have 2.
Yeah,
I know. I went with the first one though.
Right,
so,
go ahead.
In 1923, Mr. Morgan he basically created the traffic light for what we know of today.
Wow.
The traffic light.
Wow.
It is used everywhere.
Everywhere in the world.
Yeah, not just in America.
Yeah,
exactly.
no, like
world,
literally
Craig.
in the world.
Craig.
Like in third world countries, there's a traffic light up.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Shots up.
Again, but
and what year was that again?
1923, and that was not in my history books learning.
No,
it wasn't.
Definitely
The
not.
only guy I knew who ever made anything that was black was Mr. Carver with the peanuts.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
No, I'm dead ass
That's
though.
crazy.
And I intentionally did not mention him. He's not like on my list of people.
Of course, me neither.
Because it's like okay, if we had a conversation about civil rights leaders, it's like, all right, Martin Luther King.
We're gonna say right away.
Like everybody knows that. Okay, let's.
He was the only one. If I think about it, in my history books, I think he was really the one that they stood out the most. They made
George Washington Carver.
Yeah, they made him stand out the most.
Oh, definitely.
And it was peanuts. That's what they no. But think about the irony in it.
Yeah, it was literally peanuts.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
Think about that shit.
So I'm gonna go to the second one that Mr. Morgan.
Yes.
The gas mask.
Dude.
Really?
Dude.
1914, he invented it.
This dude's on fire, Mr. Morgan.
But with the gas mask, really?
Yo, the puns are on fire today, yo. What's going on?
The fucking roll, man. So, peep how he invented it in 1914. Nobody wanted to hear him. Like, yo, I got this new hot shit. Like, I got it for y'all.
To world.
And then even before that, 1916. So he's from Cleveland, right?
Oh shit. Okay.
There's an explosion in some type of factory or something like that, and 11 people die. And he was able, because he had not just invented just one, I think he had like a bunch of them or whatever just laying around, and he was able to arm people with these gas masks
and they
go
went in
and save.
So he was a superhero.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, he was literally a superhero. You gotta think about that.
Definitely.
People are watching
Before Wakanda, but there was Garrett Morgan.
It was Garrett
the
Morgan.
original Black Panther.
Yo, big up, Yo, that's crazy though. Think about that. The time, 1916. Well, I'm looking at people dead, and all of a sudden this black man runs out with this crazy apparatus.
Everyone, look,
put this on.
And you got to see what it looked like. 'Cause the gas mask that we have today, obviously, it didn't look like that. So he had the concept, right? It didn't. So obviously, things evolve over time.
And for you new guys, that's like watching Iron Man, seeing Mark 1 versus Mark 7, the first suit to the last.
Exactly.
They don't look the same.
Exactly. There's always going to be improvements.
Definitely.
So the first one looks you got to Google it. The first
I'm
one
gonna
looks
look
crazy.
that up.
No, it definitely does. It definitely does. You guys have anybody else?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Go ahead, Lee. Shoot one.
Marie
Keep going.
Britton Brown.
Okay.
Closed circuit television.
Look at that. CCTV.
CCTV, baby. CCTV.
What year was that?
What year was that?
I didn't get the year. I'm not sure. It had to have been recent.
Oh, recent meaning what?
Like last 20.
No. TV goes further
Closed
back.
circuit TV?
TV goes further back.
When I saw closed circuit, I was thinking, oh, you know what? My bad. I was thinking of security.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
CCTV. I was thinking of that. No, I'm sorry. I don't have the year on that.
All right, that's all right. I got you got a gentleman named Lewis Latimer.
I do.
Okay, go ahead. You shoot this with this. I got more.
No, because I got another guy I want to say.
Okay.
That is, it's obviously not the most like innovative thing in terms of like changing the world
Splashy.
for the better, but it's funny that you say that.
Oh, I'm on fire
So what
today.
It's funny that you say that because I'm gonna tell mine because you just said the word splashy. Mr.
Oh, no, who I could go.
Mr. Lonnie Johnson.
Lonnie Johnson. Okay.
1990 invents the Super Soaker.
Yes.
That's funny as hell.
And if you are a
that
child,
shit, dude,
Didn't he just get his money recently for that shit?
There was an issue with that.
Yeah, he just won his money.
If you're an 80s baby, you know about the Super Soaker.
Yo, Super Soakers were everything.
Super Soaker Wars. Motherfuckers was doing drive-by with Super Soakers.
And you hate it when the one dude who had
ride-bys on bikes.
Who had the dope hit, like, I don't know, either had a drug dealing older brother or something that came out. Do you remember when the Super Soakers made the backpack? And it was the squeeze one?
Yes.
That's when he's about to get somebody.
Yo, you're going to soak somebody.
Running around
for
the
real.
block looking like a Ghostbuster.
Facts. Yo. So, guys, you have to Google that stuff. I know you guys have no idea what Super Soakers were. And then later in the late 90s, we used to use Super Soakers when we would have parties and getting drunk and shit. Filling up the alcohol inside of the gun and shooting them off. So, yeah, it's terrible.
But tell the people real quick before we bounce off of this
Lewis Latimer?
Lewis Latimer, yeah.
So there's a huge misconception when it comes to this story with Mr. Lewis Latimer. There's the notion that goes out by some people is that, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. Then there's some people that always say that, well, no, there was a black man that made the light bulb. The funny thing is, they both wouldn't have ever happened. None of it would have ever happened if it wasn't for Mr. Latimer's creation.
Yes.
He actually created the filament, which is the little coil that you guys see in your light bulb that when it burns out or breaks, or when you go to shake it and you hear a little ringing, that's the filament you hear that burnt out. He created that. Without that invention,
there's no light bulb.
Yeah, there's no light bulb. Because I don't even want to sit here and tell you Thomas Edison created it as well, because back in the day, these rich guys, they just paid and stole a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You guys know the name Tesla now because of the car and shit, but I bet you 85% of y'all didn't even know who Tesla was prior to a car.
Nikola Tesla.
You probably still don't even know who really Tesla was named after. At least a 30, I don't even know that was named after one of the greatest inventors of our time.
Yeah.
So
who was rivals with Thomas Alva Edison. Yeah.
Yes, he was. You guys could watch. There's a couple of movies with it. The movie with the illusion. I think it's called The Illusionist. With Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, with Hugh Jackman.
And Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yes.
Another. I think Christopher Nolan.
No. That was The Prestige.
Prestige. That's it.
Yeah.
I think Illusionist was with Edward Norton.
Yes.
That's another one.
Yes.
But yes, The Prestige. I think that was Christopher Nolan that did that too.
Wouldn't be surprised. That movie, great.
Dope ass movie. But that movie shows you a scene, a part of Tesla's stories in that movie.
Yeah. Yes. But, all right, we have to get into our next segment that we call What You Rockin' With.
This is What You Rockin' With inside the SNA Live podcast. It's no introduction.
All right, and we're back with our segment called What You Rockin' With, where we basically delve into what we're feeling, what we're liking, what we're vibing with this particular week. So, Ryan, I'm going to let you set it off.
Honestly, man, with the topic at hand, I think I mentioned this in times for different reasons in a couple of past episodes, but I guess I can't stress enough the importance of having freedom to speak, freedom to create. And I'm rocking with creators yet again. People being able to create things, making something out of nothing and turning it into something. And and this goes on every level, whether you're dealing with somebody who is, a simple influencer on social media nowadays, all the way up to these biometric tech kids. There's so many children that are into like robotics and stuff now. And the things that you could see that are made every day on the internet, it's just insane to watch the things that people really create. So being a creator myself at heart, again, I just can't stress the importance of more creators to keep coming out. It's cool to be a creator nowadays. 15, 20, 25 years ago was 60 years prior to that, definitely not.
They looking at
unless you were a certain hue.
Yeah.
Hue. So again, big ups. I'm rocking with just creators this week, man. So Conway, what are you rocking with?
I'm rocking with our car show this past Saturday. And it fits into what we're doing because we're talking about misconceptions. And
I like where this is going.
Ryan, you brought this point up a couple times, once on Saturday, once on Sunday, how the level of automobiles that we had in our parking lot, and we're talking Ferraris, we're talking Lambos, we're talking the 918 Porsche Spider. We're talking about McLarens, Aston Martins. We're talking about vintage Mustangs, 1967 or 68, I believe that thing was.
Yes, it was.
And
let's not leave out the muscle cars.
Oh yeah, the
Because I'm
Hellcat.
gonna tell you,
Yeah,
the Scat Cat.
yeah.
There was a Camaro out here with 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
Okay.
And overwhelming majority of the people who were pushing these vehicles look like us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So out of the 90 or so participants, it's close to 100. I would say probably 11 of them were not of
I can agree with that. Yeah.
the black complexion. Okay, 11.
Shout out.
And of those 11, 3 of them were female. Another misconception that women aren't a part of this game, though.
No, they are. And it's so sexy when they are.
Yo, this one
female a gearhead that's a female. Yo,
I don't know if you guys noticed, there was a white female in the parking lot. She had like on a romper. It was brown. It was like a halter top style up top, and it was just regular like a short bottom.
Okay.
She was walking around. I thought she was part of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, like just part of like enjoying the cars.
Yeah.
Walk by, say hello, check it out. Very, very simple. Cars start leaving. It's purple and black Camaro humming from like 4 cars back.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Pulls up, and I look, it's her car. And she has her shades in her hand, and I said, "That's you?"
Yeah.
And she threw her shades on, pushed it back with the finger, and said, "Damn right." And peeled out. Yo, I sat there like, what the fuck?
Nice.
Oh man.
So again, I made that's another misconception that women are not a part of shit.
Yeah.
Slow that down.
Yeah. So
No pun intended again.
Exactly. Yo,
My bad. I don't know what it is today.
we calling Rod Big Pun for this episode.
Yeah, that's my bad. Damn, man. But
So,
true
yeah,
though,
man.
you had made that notion. Again, I think we estimated over $4 million worth of vehicles out here.
Yeah.
The Spider alone is
It's a mill. Yeah. Exactly.
From the Lambos to Ferraris to, like I said, these mods on some of these Camaros, they were up there, bro.
Yeah.
It was a movie out here.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was
I
beautiful.
love that you're
And if
rocking
you
with
weren't
that.
here,
Shout out to
exactly. If you weren't here this year, we're doing it. We're gonna make it an annual thing. Make sure you're here next year.
Yeah, for the conjoined event, we're gonna do an annual one, and I believe that we're probably
Let me do
gonna
a part 2 this year.
That's gonna be probably a part 3 because I think each individual is gonna run their own show. It's getting to that level.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that big shout out again to Corey, Drop 100 Car Events.
Yes, sir.
And our man Colin.
Yes, sir.
Cash and Camaro with because of Camaros and Coffee. Their crews showed up, and again,
Did the damn thing.
yeah, big shout out to Smoke and Ashes for that event though.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a real good one.
Yes, sir. Leak, what you rocking with, brother?
So I'm gonna stay on topic because usually I don't. I'm going with. Let me get my phone out here. So obviously, you know, in the corporate world, the majority of CEOs are usually older white gentlemen.
Yeah.
So recently this year, Miss Rosalind Brewer became the CEO of Walgreens. She's the first black CEO of a Fortune 500 company. So shout out to her, man.
I remember reading that.
Yes, shout out to her. She was the CEO of Xerox before that, but she's the
Wasn't that
first-
last year?
Yeah, no, she got the job this year with Walgreens.
Okay.
Yeah. So shout out to Rosalind Brewer.
That's amazing. Should be way more though. Again, unfortunately.
Definitely should be a lot more.
Should be.
Definitely should be a
And I
lot.
bet you she's not that old either though.
She's not.
Yeah, it's another
She's not
thing
at
that
all.
shouldn't be.
Late 40s, early 50s.
Late 40s.
Yep.
Late 40s, 50s. I'll take it though, but again,
HBCU grad by any chance?
No, she's not.
no.
No, she's
It's
not.
like a Stanford.
I don't remember what, but I looked it up. She wasn't HBC.
Okay.
That would have been nice though.
That'd have been nice, you know, icing on
Yeah,
the
it
cake.
would.
But it's all good. It's all good. And that brings us to the conclusion of this episode. We appreciate you joining us on this journey. As usual, you can find us on our usual social media platforms. And don't forget, we are now part of the OIM family, so you can find us on One Institution Media's platform. Find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. You can now find us on Twitch, YouTube. Don't forget, check us out on our YouTube channel. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
again, if you guys, and if it's too much to remember, just follow our Instagram. If you go to our bio or our link tree is in the bio, and you can follow everything there from our Castos page to One Institution to all of our podcast outlets, whatever way you want to hear your pods or YouTube to how you want to watch them.
Definitely. If you're new to us, man, go back to season 1. It was just audio, so you don't get to see our beautiful
Yeah,
faces.
yeah. Unfortunately, we lose that aspect.
But still, Jules, still comedy, still
Us.
There you go. And in the words of Shirley Chisholm, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. We out.
Peace.
You have just listened to the SNA Live experience. We want to thank you for tuning in with us. We'll be back with another episode.